Good afternoon, traders. Trade Instinct. This is Paramay. This is Paramay's Trade Journal. Today's Saturday, about 5 o'clock. We're going to take a look at the CoT report Friday Roundup edition for grains. Something I've been watching quite consistently for the last couple of weeks. A couple of titles that I really like. A couple of commodities that we're looking for here. So this is for the futures market, folks. So just in case you're wondering. So this is for upcoming week. So we've got the Friday report, we've got the legacy report, we've got it all loaded up, and now we're just going to take a look at the report before we get into the chart. So we are getting into the chart. Don't be dissuaded if you see all these numbers and you say, "Oh, this is kind of boring." I want to look at the chart. We've transposed this information and put it into our TOS, our Thinkorswim platform, into an indicator, so that we can get a nice graphical representation. All right, let's jump right into it. Anything over 80% is super bullish by commercial interest. It warrants our attention. Anything over 80% on the 6-month index or on the 3-year index. So we've got the 3-year index here and the 6-month index here. For all you swing traders, this is probably a little bit more appealing. Anything under 20% is a pretty negative outlook by commercial interest. So we use them as a leading indicator. One of our leading indicators, not the only indicator. We don't just buy blindly or sell short because commercial interest is, but we've got to look at the charts. So one thing I've been pretty keen on and am going to stick with for the next upcoming week or upcoming weeks is corn. ZL looks like it's turned a page here. So soybean oil still on the list, up over 80%. And we've got an index of up over 100. So we haven't corrected these, and sometimes I do this just so that we can see the numbers. I like to see the severity. So new net long high positions by commercial interest, which denotes a pretty positive outlook for soybean meal, for corn. Oats, we have not been getting data. I don't know where the data is for oats, so we have to just look at the chart and see what's going on. Wheat turning a page here. Wheat is definitely turning a page, and sentiment is most certainly shifting on the 6-month index. So we're going to take a look at that too. So we had noted that previously that we wanted to look at this in the next couple of weeks, and I think this is starting to gather our attention here for a little bit of a swing trade. So soybeans, don't really have our attention right now. Comms are bearish on this, and I just haven't been paying attention. With the amount of bullishness that's going on the top of the chart, I might just not even watch it. But we could take a look if we wanted to. So where's soybean here? Really bearish, but we'll take a look at the chart anyway. Okay, so here's your list. Here's your list to work with in terms of commercial interest. So let's take a look at the chart, and we've got corn loaded up here. We've got corn, and we like this chart. We like this chart, and we've been talking about it. I think we actually did a video a couple of days ago. Might have been yesterday. Just taking a look at corn and how much we really like this chart at this point in time. So it should go without saying, comms are bullish. There's just the 3-year index and the 6-month index, well over 80%. And now we're getting some strength up in here. We're getting some strength. The one thing that I don't have loaded up is the volume. It would be interesting to see what the volume is looking like here. Yeah, we went white. Yeah, we went white. So let's see if we can put the volume on here to see if this helps out a little bit. I don't like it interfering with the chart too much, and I'm not like a, super volume trader. Volume has to do this or volume has to do that. But looking at it, does that help out? Not a tremendous amount of volume down here, like we see up in here. Look at this volume on this candle. But this chart really makes me feel like this is starting to accumulate, and this is starting to move higher. And here's why I think it too. So let's bring in a number 4 chart, just so we got this laid out, on a higher time frame outlook. WPR moving down here too, so maybe better buying opportunities. So now we're looking at 2 different things that were really, starting to interest me. We had this nice downtrend channel, and working from the 0 coefficient. So this is the area where we would like to be We would like to be a seller up in this area. And it boded well. So this point of control looked really, really good. Really, really good. And then we had this nice violent move by bears. Strong initiation, from this up here on our horizontal zero coefficient. And now we're it's just starting to just look like it's starting to break out. And this is starting to form more of a bottoming pattern and breaking the downtrend. So we even had it here. We found support on the zero coefficient, and then we're finding support when we're getting out of here. So I'm looking for buying opportunities right now in corn. I would be remiss to say that I wasn't. I mean, this is just looks like so better selling opportunities up at this at the zero coefficient of this horizontal rule. And we can just do this real quick just to take a look at it, just so that we're aware. Right, here's your point of control, or your control price, moving down. Busted pretty darn good, and now we're starting to get a nice formation of. Here's our zero down here. Twice good buying opportunities down here, both after really aggressive sell-offs by bears. So I'm beginning to think that these hard pushes down here are the beginning of the end of this downtrend, and that we're starting to find some elevation. We're starting to find a new horizontal control price right in this area, and this is starting to look really good to me. Still a little bit, pessimistic, or I would be wary of the bear up in this area, but I think this can get going. And this looks a little bit like the gas chart. It's finally finding an accumulating bottom. So I'm going to play personally, not a financial advisor here, but I'm going to be playing corn in the next couple of weeks. Com's looking really strong on this chart, so and it should go without saying. So we've noted this previously. When they get bearish, did it warrant a little bit of price action to the downside? And it did. And we're looking for extremes. We're definitely looking for the extremes, and we're definitely looking for this kind of sentiment shift too on commercial interest. So while it doesn't look pretty over the course of probably 8 or 9 weeks, we did get some market movement to the upside because the sentiment had shifted so gradually to the other side. So I mean, there it is on the chart, and this was probably one of the better buying opportunities here when comps broke bullish, and open interest was relatively low, and W power is in the oversold range, and market sentiment's relatively low. So nobody wants it, right? Nobody's, open interest is relatively low, and the market sentiment is just not great on it. So did that warrant? We love diminishing or relatively low open interest and market sentiment in both these cases. We didn't get that here, but look where market sentiment was. And we like this idea of market sentiment diminishing or relatively low, or damn near bottoming out, and that's where we are right now. So I think that this could get some elevation to come up and retest some of these price levels that we had support for a very long time with corn. Okay, so that's corn. Watch the corn video. I think corn's a good buy here, or at least it's going to present some really good accumulating buy opportunities to go long. So ZL, let's get back on the ZL chart and just whip through this as quick as you can, because we've got a lot of videos to do this weekend. So we did do a soybean oil probably a week or two ago. So where are we looking with soybean? Looks a lot like the corn chart does, right? Looking a lot like the corn chart does. Nice. Oh, what's this nice W going on here? I think this could start to move too. Does volume help us at any point in time? I don't know here. Not a really strong volume player, but I do like where market sentiment is, where WPR was down here. Open interest was relatively low and comps were bullish, and this went the other way, and we got a nice move. We got this nice price action to the upside. So let's take a look at our 4 chart again and see what we see. Yeah, so ZL, we've been playing ZL right along here, and we said that these were really great buying opportunities down here underneath the zero coefficient, and this played out really well. And this is where we were getting in down here. Boy, that was it was a gift if you got in on the ZL chart. So What are we looking at now on the lower time frames at least? Well, this is a higher time frame if you're playing the 15-minute chart, but working up against that point of control again. Better buying opportunities down along the zero coefficient and the negative 2.5. And sometimes we've got to switch these around a little bit here so that green is buy, red is hey, think about being a seller. And this channel didn't we developed this pretty early. Once we got this high pitch here, once we got this swing high, and then we came down, we established this nice range to work with pretty early, because I mean, you want to get us in a nice established channel to work with fairly early into the game so that you can get on the right side of the trade much sooner and notice where your buying opportunities are down here and where your selling opportunities potentially exist. So here is again the same a similar look with a lot of the commodities that are happening right now. Sifting, looking for a bottom. Here's the horizontal point of control that we've been working with, and now we've got this lower time frame point of control to work with. So better buying opportunities probably exist down on the zero coefficient and right in this area, especially if this thing wants to take off. There's nothing saying that this thing can't just move. And where's the buying opportunities? And until this thing breaks down, this is an uptrend look. So caution up on the zero coefficient and a little bit higher if you're looking for a nice sell, maybe somewhere up in this area. But we like this chart. We like this bottoming look. I like that we might have a nice swing going with higher low and a lower low and potentially a higher low somewhere in this area for this thing to start really trending to the upside. Com's looking really bullish on this. Com's looking, can't ignore it. I'm not going to ignore it. So ZL and corn, probably two I'm going to play in the upcoming weeks. But I've been playing them. It's got a nice look. Play the value low ranges. Play these value low ranges and get yourself in there. Play these high value ranges here too, and for the potential on a short swing. But this is looking really good for accumulation. Okay, that's it on ZL. Wheat, we said we would look at wheat because we haven't really, because there's been better charts to play. So also we're gonna look at ZW. It's probably better liquidity going on in here. Yeah. Well, 6-month index looking really good. This is the last time the 6-month index looked this good. And we had some really nice movement to the upside. So we're getting a nice rounding. We're getting a nice U-shape, arc going on here. Well, this could be. It's moving up. It's moving up. What's the chart look like on the 4? You have to come out a little bit here and take a peek, but I don't know, it's looking a little different than the other charts. Looking quite a bit stronger in certain areas. Let's clear this out. Let's just do this real quick. Because I'd rather do separate charts, but man, this is looking like your zero down here. This is definitely looking like your zero coefficient down in this area. And can we find a nice control price to work with? Wow. I think this is probably the reason why I don't play wheat very often. Is there's a lot of whip going on. It's hard to find a point of control or a control price to work with. But it looks pretty decent. This looks pretty decent, at least on the 4-hour. To get us something to work with when there's so much violence going on with wheat. Underneath our potential control price here, once we're above it, good time to be a buyer. Once we're below it, good time to be a seller. Once we get above it, good time to be a buyer. Strong rejection in this area, a lot of work going on the 0 or on the 1.0. So right extremes here, 1.0 and 1.25 coefficient. Your 0 is down here and your negative 2.5 is down here. So looking pretty good for at least a horizontal higher time frame look with where to be a buyer and where to be a seller, probably a pretty good opportunity to start being a buyer. This looks like some, this whipping back and forth looks like some nice build up for a break higher. And what do we have? I mean, can we get something nice to look at in terms of a competing downtrend channel that might be starting to fizzle out here? And this is so broad too. So broad. I like this pivot to work with first. Wow, that's it. It's a pretty wide range to work with. Just not great. How good does that look? I mean, there you are. Probably better. I don't know if you want to be a buyer. Do I want to be a buyer just yet in here? Oh. Hard to be a buyer up against resistance like that, and on the zero coefficient. It's really hard to be a buyer up in here. Just really feels like better opportunities exist down in here. Even if we do break higher. Here's that point of control. Come up and challenge someone. Look at all that white space going on between here and there. I gotta see something. Gotta see something from wheat before. I mean, great opportunity to buy down here, so it wasn't a bad idea, but gonna come down a little bit up against that zero. Not saying this can't pop either. Nice little bit of build up, and break out of there. I was gonna respect that point of control though. I don't like it. I don't know if I like that point of control. We got a 4-hour 90? I really need like a 4-hour 180, huh? Was that good control? I mean, it looks like it, right? Com's turning the page. Is it ready? A lot of overhead. A lot of overhead going on right now. A lot of whip. Retrace. Whip. I think above point of control probably safer to be a buyer, and then down here is probably safer to be a buyer. I don't know, you can chase it if you're a breakout trader, but underneath that point of control, I don't know if I want to be a buyer up in here just yet. I might play the corn and the soybean oil first. And maybe set up, get yourself an alert going on in here. Let's see if it pops. Oh, we don't want that one. There it is. Okay. All right, we're screwing around a little bit too much here, but yeah, I want to see something from wheat before. I mean, there's so much whip on this. I would feel safer being a buyer down here. Okay. What are we looking at now? ZM. Huh. I mean, does this warrant some attention with the change in or the shift in sentiment within the last 5 or 6 weeks, and 3-year index looking a little better? Quite possibly. Better charts probably. Let's look at ZM. We're getting some altitude here. Oh well, yeah. Well, that's pretty damn low. This price is pretty darn low, and here's a lot of whipsaw going on in here. But wow, look at this chart. Ugh. What a hard chart to play. What a tough chart. Better looking charts. Com's not overly optimistic about this just yet. I mean, what did they look like, previously when we ran? Well, comms were really bullish back here. I mean, we're getting some sentiment shift. Right up against that price level, though. That's tough. But are we getting a nice swing? And can we get out of here? And go up and challenge maybe this value high area. on this chart. It's possible. Look at that sell-off. Oof. Gosh. If comms get any more bullish than this, this could start turning the other way pretty quickly. It might be one to watch, man. Definitely might be one to watch. Upcoming weeks. Yeah, well, we had that before, next few weeks. And then ZS. Let's look at soybean. How are we doing on time here, folks? 20 minutes? Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for grains. Let's just quickly. Let's go ZS here. What's it look like? Probably don't look great. Com's not very optimistic here, but well, this chart is a disaster. What was I doing in here? What was I doing? Yeah. We're stuck under there, huh? Over the point of control, though. Over this control price. Way better buying. I think we... Oh, boy. Well, this kind of nailed it, huh? This kind of nailed it. I think we were talking about this some weeks ago, and we said better buying opportunities probably exist down here on the 1.0 coefficient, and it tagged it. I mean, I haven't looked at this chart in a couple of weeks, I don't think, but there was your opportunity to be a buyer right down in there. Because we had this was a well-established channel back here. Here's your first point on your 0, 0.1, 0.2, and there's 0.3, and better buying opportunity exists on the 1.0 and 1.25 coefficient. So, if you saw that and you saw the the swing, and you got into it, that's pretty darn good. I'd like to see a nice higher low established somewhere in here before this starts to get out there, but probably better selling opportunities are definitely going to exist up in this area. Absolutely. So I'm not quite a buyer just yet, but show me something and then maybe we can get into this chart. Show me something. Okay, that's what we got to say about grains this week. Some good charts to play. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for subscribing, hitting the like button. Whatever it is you YouTubers do, leave comments. We really enjoy those. We've got a Discord group. It's just a chat community. So if you want to pop in, the server address is listed in the description. Come and talk the charts. I post my charts as often as I possibly can. I don't do a lot of videos during the week, but stop on in. Let us know what you think. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Hope you find yourself on the profitable side of the trade. We'll see you again on the next video.